It is interesting color. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okie dokie. I just got some more stuff from Amazon, some tools to start my journey. So this is, I know that the StewMac fret rocker is the best way to go. This one had pretty good reviews though. So for now, we'll try it out. Ventsit. String, action gauge, and fret rocker. And some extra Strat nuts, bucks, nail buffing kit to polish the frets. I think I already showed them. This kit didn't come with shielding tape. I don't know if I'm going to use it yet. And the crowning file. I call these fret guards maybe. This is all pretty cheap stuff. But good rating, so I kind of dug for a while to find things that didn't have consistently bad reviews. A little rocking here on the second fret wire. Not here, just there. Starts about right around there. So if I look at it, let's see if it's raised up at all. It actually is a little tiny bit raised up. That actually worked. Hammering that one down actually worked. Interesting. That's kind of cool. Let's give this one a good, better whack. I don't have a good way to support it. Guess I should look into that. I feel more comfortable supporting it this way by just cradling the back of the neck. Well, that made a little bit of a difference. Let's keep whacking. Let's keep whacking. See, it's fun to test stuff on a cheap kit. That's why I bought it. Getting there. Make sure. Well, I don't know how much harder I want to do this. Maybe I should just hit it with the file a bit. Let's give it one more go. A little bit harder this time, right in the center. You know, someone made a good point on the video I was watching. He said all this fret wire is all the same size, so you shouldn't have to file them if it's brand new. You just have to set them better. It's a good point. So yeah, I mean the hammering works for sure. This one here, right at the 22nd fret though, that one's a little high, and I'm not sure I want to hammer there, if you can see what I mean. I might take the file to this one. I'll give it a couple light taps, but it's also, the clearance is, you know, I can't barely get a hammer in there. Some people, they actually have a, you know, if you're setting frets, you can get one of those the tools that have a notch in them. That'd probably be good to have right here. These fret guards aren't very good. It's too long. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. Still a little too high. Let's see, let me get myself some tape. There we go. Let's see. I can get on the picture better. So I marked it with Sharpie. Let's give it a go here. Where's the brush they gave me? There it is. Now I know why they gave me this brush. I think you're just supposed to go one way, but I've seen people go back and forth, so why not? Alright, let's see. Still a little bit, so I'm going to mark it again. So I took the Sharpie off. Still needs to come down more though. Hope I'm doing this right. So even though it was cheap, I don't want to destroy a perfectly good neck. Fret. It's the first time I've ever done this, so I don't quite have a feel for it yet. The file feels kind of... Now this file, I can tell you one, it's never going to focus, but there's kind of a jagged part on this other side. I'm not really happy with that. Alright, let's give that a try. Beauty. A little wobbly there still. That's good. Make sure it's not too low by going over the other two frets there. So it's pretty good. That's fixed there. The center, oddly, is still a little bit high, which is surprising because I thought maybe I was taking too much meat off the center. Okay. So from the center up. Let's give that a shot. We're good. Oh, still a little high there. Well, you get the point. I'm not going to keep recording this. So there we go. Nice and flat now. No more rocking. Now I gotta buff it. I'm going to use this shiner. Whoop. Nail buffer. 1000 to 4000. This is 4000. This is 1000. So I think I just really need just to buff it here. So I'm just going to use the shiner. Oh yeah, nice, nice, nice. Can do all of them while I'm at it. So that made quite a difference, the nail buffer. I don't know if you can see it in the light. That really took a lot of the oxidizing away. You definitely want to protect your fretboard, though. I did scuff it a little bit here and there because I didn't tape it off, but I'm going to oil it anyway. Those will probably buff out. Now that was only 4,000, so I imagine the 12,000 like Steve Max cells would really be nice. Might have to pick one of those up. Pretty nice. I'm gonna have to do this to all my guitars. Old English. Let's feed this fretboard some oil. You can tell when they're dry because they get sort of a haze on them. This might help with a little bit of fret sprout on it over time. Or it might screw up the fret leveling by popping them out. You never know. I'm not going to go too crazy anyway. But yeah, that took out the scuffs. That's nice. That's nice. That's it, just a little bit there. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to put the tuners in. Okay, let's see. These pretty much only go in one way. And then we put there it is. The washer. And that barrel nut looking thing. Alright, pick guard. So initially I was like, oh man, these holes don't line up. But it's just the way they bundled these wires. I would be a little bit careful in how I tweak them down because of the solder. But anyway, under here you've got this green wire. So there is actually some soldering in this. I thought there wasn't. That's okay. Well versed in soldering. But I don't know if you need to. I've never put one of these together, but see this is the tremolo claw in here, and you have to solder that green wire to that. I think they didn't give me any other connectors. So you can take this weight off. I don't know if it's a good idea or not. My goal is to just put it all together the way it came and then tweak it. Because my other pick guard's not going to be here until tomorrow anyway. Oh yeah, so this connector... See, I thought this whole thing was plug and play. This goes through... I don't want to take it off because I fed that wire through there. This comes off of the volume pot. There's a ground and... Let me see. This doesn't really matter, but... Anyway, this quick connector goes through that body cavity to where the jack goes, plugs in there. This green wire feeds in to where that humbucker cavity is through the back. I almost lost the screwdriver. Okie pokey. I'm not going to put all the screws in this pick guard, just some of them, because I probably will be digging in here at some point. Or these holes, do these holes line up? I'm not entirely sure. They do. Oh right, so I bought shielding tape. I'm not going to put it in yet. So we'll be taking this off again. The reason being is I want to see how bad it is without shielding tape. These holes do not line up. It is strike one. These holes do not line up at all. Slightly disappointing. But there's two main complaints about these kits. One is that the nut is not cut right, and the other one is the holes don't line up on the pickguard. I don't know. Screwed up here. Yeah, you can kind of get them in diagonal. Seems like this would be the easiest part when you're cutting these things. So that screw went in at an angle. Let's see if we can get it. There. Is that it? Oh yeah, you can see that pickguard's like lifting up. I don't need to film this. So you can see all these top screws are all angled. They're all kind of sunk in on one side. So it's not horrible. It's not great though. Not too bad. I don't know, it's not too bad. Okay, so I decided I'm going to solder this now before we get the neck all on and everything. Alright, let's get the neck on. I read to use a clamp, but not going to bother with that right now. I'm going to try without a clamp. Wish me luck. Actually, let me see here if I can get this masking tape under here. That should do it. Sure it's lined up. Yeah, it looks alright. Not bad. That's it. Mic is on. Pretty light so far. Guess I'll get the bridge in now. Not having instructions, I think, is the worst part of this. I've never done this before. You know, I don't. There's just things that I don't know. Do I need to clamp this down? I have no idea how to adjust this claw. That's probably. I would not buy this again if this was my first guitar. That's my recommendation so far. Definitely get the unfinished one that comes with really good instructions from what I've seen. I don't know what they were thinking. I'll be honest with you. So let me go find some videos and see how snug I want these screws, because I don't think you want them completely tight. Basically what I read is you kind of screw them all the way down and then loosen it 1/4 turn. So we'll try that. This is what I'm drinking tonight. I don't know if that's going to get in focus. Zoom out. Boop. Ginger craft cider. Very good. It's very spicy. You gotta like spicy ginger. It's like a spicy ginger beer. Alright, let's get the springs on. Another thing I don't have a clue about is how far down you screw this claw. I'll have to figure that out as well. I'm not a fan of tremolo systems. I'm not a trem guy. So at this point it's good to leave them loose anyway to get the spring on. I guess you just kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, all hooked up. Yay. Gonna just give these a little bit more relief. Jeez, I'm almost done. It's pretty easy. It's quite easy. String tree. No idea. There's no... It's not pre-drilled for that. This is the plastic film that needs to come off. But I don't take this off for a while yet. I think when I got my real Strat, I just left that thing on until it fell off, because at that time I had like never gotten a new guitar in my life. I always got used guitars. It was kind of a big deal. Alright, guess we're gonna get the strings on. So I'm gonna use the crappy strings that it came with, because I'm gonna be setting this thing up most likely anyway. So it probably won't be keeping the strings, so it's good to use these to test everything out, you know. I don't think I need to record putting strings on a guitar.